Hello and welcome to DIDIOTS podcast, episode, I believe it's 12?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Today we're going to be speaking about dormancy.
Yeah, it
What
is
a topic.
it's pretty sensitive topic for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I felt like it was good to talk about. Um, Especially because we have a really big dormancy going on. Our main host is dormant, so we have like a secondary host in effect and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we just felt like it was like a good chance to talk about it with like how our experience is going with that and talking about like people in the inner world who like watch over dormant altars and things like that and how dormancy works in the inner world and etc etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Sylvie. I watch over dormant altars in the inner world. Yeah.
My name is Dream. I also watch over dormant altars in the inner world.
So some of the dormant altars, like, our job is very secretive in our case, at least in like our system's case. So like my job is very secretive. Like we found me not that long ago. So it's interesting to have the front know about some of this stuff that they shouldn't be knowing about. Uh, but, you know, that's a whole part of the process, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there are people that we haven't met yet that are dormant in the inner world that I know of. There are fragments that are dormant in the inner world. There are people that we know of dormant in the inner world. Me and the gatekeepers are really the ones that know about dormancies. And it's really only one of the gatekeepers. So.
In our system, it's specifically Amelia that keeps track of every single altar that's formed because she has the book of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we all try and keep track, but there are more. um and I mean it's good that they're keeping track while they're out, I guess. Just to see who we do have and who is active and things like that. But like our place in the inner world where they are is at the top floor of the tower. And it's literally a locked room that only me and the gatekeepers have access to. And it's quite literally, you know, the hospital wing in Harry Potter. It's just like beds in a room. That's all it is. Is it's just a mass amount of beds in a room.
We have a couple different sort of locations that the sleeping altars are. Like there are beds in the castle, there are apartments in the city, there is a sleeping chamber in the laboratory that the front didn't know about. Didn't know about the laboratory in the inner world.
Gotta love it.
Let's see. And there's some that are sleeping in a void.
Our brain just thought it had to rationalize everything, and so that's why we have it sort of like an infirmary. That's what it's. I don't like the title, but that is what like the gatekeepers call it, and I don't like it. I don't like that title, and they know that. Um, but it's it's complicated because I'm trying to figure out what I can and can't say. Um, because you know I can't let the front know about some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
um, but like usually when they first wake up, they're still in the infirmary. They're not in the front room.
Mm-hmm.
So they're fronting from the infirmary, but like there are people around that can communicate with them, and whether it be like someone visiting someone, because that is a thing that happens. Some like we have like visiting hours. It's not like completely locked. Like if someone knows someone's in there and they want to like come check in on them, that's fine. But like there are some people that are like in like curtains, so they can't see who they are. Because it's the infirmary. I don't like the name, but that's what our brain is rationalizing it as. But it's, but because like I'm not a nurse in any capacity. I'm a babysitter.
I'm a dream eater.
You're what? Sorry.
I'm a dream eater.
That's fair.
Because it's specifically my job to make sure that those that are sleeping don't have nightmares. So if they start to have nightmares, then I come along and I comfort them.
That makes sense. But like the gatekeepers, whoa, we just got like a sudden wave of clarity. That was weird. The gatekeepers, at least like the lower tiered gatekeepers don't have as much access in the infirmary as like Eleanor does, who is like our top tier gatekeeper. And she's one of the ones trying to front, and that's part of my problem. On the record, I am masking my voice. I just, on the record, it's Eleanor. But I deal with a lot with figuring out who is going into dormancy. A lot of that has to do with, are they active in the system? Sometimes it doesn't, like with Carter. He needed to be dormant. It's, sorry, I'm really disoriented.
That's alright.
She told me to do it because I can be in the body easier. I'm another gatekeeper. I'm just like lower tiered, lower like ability level, I guess, whatever. I'm Eve. I don't have a lot of access in the infirmary. I can go in and out as I please and see some people, but there are still some people who appear to be behind curtains to me. And it's like blocked. It's blocked. Like, I think the only two with unlimited access to the infirmary are Sylvie and Eleanor. Those are the only two with unlimited access to the infirmary. And that's just because they're the only ones that can be entrusted with information. because the others can read my thoughts too easily. One of the great things about being a lower tiered gatekeeper. I don't know. But picking and choosing who goes into dormancy is a lot to do with Eleanor. There are some times where us lower tier gatekeepers will intervene, and make someone, like, if we have to lock someone up or something, because we've had to do that before, and it's essentially them going dormant because they can't front, and we can't really contact them if they're locked, but it's like a forced dormancy, and it's not a fun experience. It's not something we like doing either. It's not something that is easily done. But like, Eleanor's trying to, like, talk through me, and it's not working, because she's, like, so frustrated with the body. Alright, again, it's Eleanor. I'm masking my voice. I can't. With dormancies, no, I can't. I can't keep masking the voice. It is literally disorienting me so much that I'm dissociating.
It can be really difficult to try and find especially when speaking of some topics, to continue masking.
Yeah, especially when I'm trying to find a train of thought. It's not a fun experience. But dormancies are very much under my control. It's not like I have full control over them, because they still have somewhat of, like Carter wanting to go, like, half masking, it's horrible. Him wanting to go dormant had a big influence on him going dormant. But, like, if someone doesn't want to go dormant, that's not going to fucking stop me. If someone wants to, then I'm more inclined to do so. Even if it disrupts the system. Because we have our main host dormant right now, and he's came back for maybe 10 minutes, and it was miserable, and he just didn't want to be here, so he left again, and so we have secondary hosts active. We have a whole new set of frequent fronters. A lot of people who thought they were him are coming forward, because they're like, oh, I'm not him because he's gone. Fuck! Like, so dormancy involves a lot of system change, especially when it's someone very prominent. And it's just, it's a whole thing. It's a whole... Sorry, I just, like, chugged some water. But when they wake up, it's usually one of three people they will see first. Themselves in a mirror, me, or Sylvie. Whether they know it or not is another story. Because me and Sylvie have most control. Like, I was very dissociated from the system, and I have a lot of control over memories. So it's very... I don't know how to, like, explain it. Because, like, once they're in the front, then other people can access them. But we've had people wake up in the infirmary that have never been to the front. And it's not... And they're probably not going to. Because they're fragments or something else. So... It just depends on the situation. It depends on what we're doing. It depends on what situation the body's in. Yeah. It's very complicated.
It really... I typically watch over the sleeping altars, and then my sister's the one who is usually there when somebody wakes up. I didn't know about my sister.
Yeah, it's the best thing, telling people information when they don't expect it. My favourite thing is just dropping a little nugget of information, and it's hilarious.
It really is.
Because they're like, why are you telling me this now? And I'm like, because I can.
It's like, because I thought it was a little funny.
Because even though I say there's a timeline, it's more about comedic timing.
Comedic timing is
the universal constant. As the only universal constant is comedic timing. Oh lord. Sorry, I'm dissociating. I say as I got a wave of clarity after I fucking yawned. What the hell?
It's okay, or two.
But us gatekeepers have, at least me, I have a lot to do with dormancies. But the others don't have as much to do with dormancies. They have more to do with like switch control and things like that. I do a lot of fusions as well. But that's just a whole thing.
I gotta say, it's really weird being in the front for the first time and being aware of yourself as an alter. And then just being like, oh yeah, I still somehow know absolutely everything. Though. This is...
Yeah, the upload of information is horrible.
Like,
who is it? We switched. Because we don't have an accent anymore.
I sure am. Someone. I guess. I don't think I've been up here before. Or at least not up here and, like, aware of myself as an alter.
Mm-hmm. Alright. But, like... I'm trying to find someone who can talk about, like, coming out of dormancy. Like, someone who, like... I got it.
I feel like that was probably why I was pushed to the front, because I feel like that's apparently... I feel like I've been asleep for a very long time.
Yeah, that's what dormancy is. Basically. So, my name is Zoe. I was around in middle school, went dormant, and then came back, and I didn't know what a system was. I didn't know where I was, who I was, and I'm a fictive, which makes it worse, because I was like, why am I not in my universe? Yeah, it was very scary, and people had to, like, come to the front and tell me what was going on, and, like, inform me of just everything. And it was... because not everyone gets that instant upload. We have some that get the instant upload, and it's nice for them, but, like, I was one of the ones that was just, like, so lost and confused. And that happens a lot. But... oh, goodness. I don't front very often, so trying to hold the front is hard.
Yeah, I can understand that. When the fuck we say fuck? Trying to, like, look through memories and figure out if I have any in first person, and so far it's all in third, and I'm just like, where did I come from?
Why was someone's instant response was to sing Cotton Eye Joe? I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. That's funny.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Oh
no, Axel's singing it too.
That's hilarious. God, where's Switchy? And I have very solid amnesia walls with the others, so it's yeah, it's a whole thing. Sylvie, fuck. God, that's my name. I keep forgetting it. My cats are being ridiculous and knocking everything over, and it's making me want to cry. Bruh. Where did it go? There it is. They knocked over my pen bag. Jesus.
I'm getting close to figuring out where I'm from. Cause like as I kind of cycle through memories, I get like my view of the memory gets closer to a first person view. Like, the more detached you are from a memory, the further away from it you, like,
Mm-hmm.
physically feel it.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting, like... It's like it's almost first person. Like, I was in the front when it happened, but I wasn't the one fronting.
Yeah.
So I think I'm from when we were around 11.
So you've been dormant for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Oh. 20. Oh, wow.
We've had a couple dormancies that long.
It's really weird.
Mm. Yeah, it really can be. I sure don't know who I am, though.
And I think I know what made me go to sleep.
Oh, yay. That's usually something very, very fun.
It's like, oh, no wonder we got over that in 3 days.
Yeah. I felt that. But, like, I came out of dormancy, like, a couple days ago, actually, I think. And I, like, I couldn't hear anybody. No one was around for me. And, because, like, a lot of times there are people around, but, like, for me, I couldn't hear anybody. And we're a part of, like, a Discord for systems, and we, like, went in there and was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what, like, I didn't know my name. I didn't know, like, if I had a source, which I do. I didn't know, like, I just didn't know anything. I didn't know my source's name. I didn't know my name. I didn't know, well, anything. And, like, they helped me figure it out. And so, like, it's really good having, like, a support system like that to help you, like, if because a lot of the time the system isn't around to help.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna forget people.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, we have, like, some friends who we can talk to, and, like, Discord servers we could go into, and things like that. But, but it's like, coming out of dormancy is like, because there are some people in the system that, especially when we were a teenager, wish they could go to sleep and wake up in 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so for some of us it's really relieving, but for some of us it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, with Carter being dormant, he is just like, yeah, I need to not be here right now. I can't deal with this stuff going on. I can't see this. So I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
We keep trying to tell him that he, like, is going to, like, regret it, because there's, like, a certain thing that's going to happen that he's going to miss if he stays dormant for too long. And he said he didn't care. And we're like, okay.
See, you're trying to pull that is why we locked her in the front for a little while.
Yeah, we didn't expect him to pull it, but Eleanor helped him, so it doesn't really matter.
But now she's taking a break. She's not really like dormant, but she like she'll pop into the front every once in a while.
Yeah.
And then drop back into the inner world.
Mm-hmm. So at least she's not
To
locked
kind
out
of-
anymore.
Yeah. She can have her little break now.
That's what Carter, like, the thing is this is the new Carter. This is Carter 4.0, the one that just fused, just formed. And he's like, within a couple weeks, he's dipped, and we're like, the fuck are we supposed to do? You're the host.
It's like, you were the one that was supposed to be in charge, my guy. What are you doing?
You gave up all that power, and for what? A nap? It's Ace. I'm just fucking with him. It's fine. I'm just trying to wake his ass up. Trying to piss him off enough to wake him up. I don't think he cares. I don't think he can even hear what's going on.
I heard someone yell, "Fuck you, naps are nice."
Naps are nice. But, it's a really weird experience when your main host is dormant. Because then you just have, like, all these extra people coming forward that thought they were the host, and, like, all this other shit, and it's just, it's so tiring. We're tired.
I thought I was taking a nap, and I think the last time I fronted, we were possibly around 5.
Oh, wow.
Because immediately that's what I'm getting memories from.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Waking up is really weird.
Yeah.
Waking up is a strange experience.
Especially when you're not expecting it and it's triggered by a conversation.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm shocked we haven't had anybody pop in. We have the infirmary on lockdown right now.
I think it... Someone just yelled, "It's because Dream isn't doing her fucking job."
Gotta love it. I have gatekeepers watching over the infirmary. We're good. I planned ahead for that.
Well, it seems that asking my sister to take over for me while I did this, what she usually does is wake alters up. And so now, instead of alters getting comforted and put back to sleep when they wake up from their nightmares,
They're
They're
just
just
up.
waking up.
Oh, great. That's gotta love it. Gotta love
I
that.
possibly didn't think this through very, very far. Oops.
It'd be like that sometimes. It do.
It's fine. Just a couple people waking up. That's it's all right.
It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Um. No. Eleanor literally. They literally. Leaving the gatekeepers to watch the infirmary was the worst thing they could have done. Hold on. Eleanor just seriously tried waking Carter up and he was pissed. I probably shouldn't have left the gatekeepers with the infirmary. You're the one that helped him go dormant, honey. You can't take it back now. You can't get hero's remorse.
So you did this. This was your doing, baby.
You did this to yourself. This is why my job has become more difficult in the past week and a half. Because so many more people are waking up because he's asleep.
Host is asleep. Time to wake up.
Host is asleep. He's not gonna know. Time to wake up. Yeah, that's precisely what's happening. But like dormancy can be really like traumatic for some people, and like it's caused a complete system restructure for us, and it's hella confusing and horrible to go through. So it's like it's a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. But like it's a necessary part of DID. It's a necessary key part of what happens. It's not like I don't think everyone necessarily will experience dormancy. Maybe if it's a small system, they may not. Like a 2 or 3 person system, they may not. But in our system, it's very common. Because like our host has gone dormant multiple times, things like that, and it's just a whole thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, Brango blah. I don't like that.
I feel that our brain is just like, whoa.
It's like literally whooshing.
I think one thing that it's also important to kind of mention when it comes to altar dormancy is that it's not like the altar. It's important to remember that it's not like the altar is dying. Like altar death isn't. You don't have to worry about altars dying on you. That's not a thing.
It's not like altar death. It's not what it is. Also, like, we can't really choose when people come out of dormancy. That's a big thing. So people will just come out at random inconvenient times. It's horrible. Because the universe has no timing. No timing but comedic timing.
Some altars just get woken up by the most random bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, that too. Um, there are several people that are. Ooh. Is there any? It's probably gonna be a shorter one, but that's okay.
Mm.
Is there any like final thoughts that you have about dormancy?
See, coming out of dormancy is really weird.
Yeah, coming out of dormancy is really fucking weird.
It, it's
Coming,
so bizarre being a 7-year-old and then suddenly you're 25. It's what?
yeah. It's a very weird experience going dormant. For singlets, it would literally be like taking a nap and waking up
Mhm.
in several years. And having fully aged, having your life being done for you, everything happened. You just missed it.
Mhm.
Um, and then you suddenly get the upload of information once you get here. It's it's really complicated, and the experience is something that only we will experience,
Mhm.
and that's gonna be something that like singlets will never understand. Like singlets will never understand what dormancy feels like. Coming out of
Yeah.
dormancy, going into dormancy, being dormant, and they will never understand what this concept is. Just because they can't experience it the way we do.
Yeah.
We can explain it all we want, but it's never going to fully be understood unless that someone experiences it. Because it's one of those like super weird concepts of DID that people just don't get. How can someone just not be there?
Mhm.
Dissociation, honey. Amnesia
Right.
walls. Um, it. This disorder is complicated.
It's
This
very complicated.
this disorder is a very very complex PTSD disorder. It's not meant to be easily understood. But anywho, I think that is all for us tonight on the DIDIOTS podcast. Thank you guys for joining us.